Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm very honored to be here today to be part of this beautiful IAF project and to be representing America. And really happy. I want to invite you all for a moment to sit together and feel how we are all together right now around the world in this moment. It's quite incredible and amazing how technology has allowed that to happen. So we're just going to take about a minute or two and sit together. What I'd like you to do is breathe with me, and our breathing is going to be like this. So as you breathe in through your nose, take your breath down the front of your body. And as you breathe out through your mouth, let the breath go up the back of your body. So you're breathing in through your nose, and the breath is going down the front of your body. And you're breathing out through your mouth, and the breath is going up the back of your body. And this helps us to just get into a flow, but it will also get us into our breathing, and it'll get us together so we're feeling one another. And of course, if you want to do your own style of breath, that's completely fine too. I'll just say it one more time. As you breathe in through your nose, you're breathing the breath down the front of your body as you breathe in. As you breathe out, the breath goes up the back of your body. So you're feeling this flow. And just try it with me for about a minute. Check your posture that you can feel the bottom of your body dropping down to the earth through your perineum or your last vertebra, and then open your chest so your heart is open. Let your chin drop so the crown of your head reaches up into the sky. So you're feeling heaven, and which O-Sensei talked about so often. And here we go, breathing together, feeling each other. Feel the flow of your breath. Find your posture again. Breathing in, and the breath is going down the front of your body. Breathing out, going up the back of your body. Okay, I'm going to read one very short quote of O-Sensei's. It seems to me that during this time, this pandemic, this world challenge that we're moving through, we're really asked to be adaptable. We're being asked to keep ourselves open to change, constant change. And I feel from O-Sensei's writings like he's asked us to do that over and over and over again. He's given us beautiful signposts in his writings. So this one is nice because it talks about both our physical ability to be adaptable with our techniques, but also in our spirit, in our mind. So he says, techniques employ 4 qualities that reflect the nature of our world. Depending on the circumstance, you should be hard as a diamond, flexible as a willow, smooth flowing like water, or as empty as space. I'll read it one more time. Techniques employ 4 qualities that reflect the nature of our world. Depending on the circumstance, you should be hard as a diamond, flexible as a willow, smooth flowing like water, or as empty as space. So we're going to examine these qualities in our techniques today. We're going to be looking at Shihonage and Iriminage and how we can bring these qualities, you could say, Irimi and Tenkan are being extremely direct and a little bit more harsh, being much more fluid and flexible like water, and then, of course, bringing those elements together. So I'm just going to tell you very briefly how I bow in, because we bow in so differently around the world. I'm going to bow twice to the shomen and then clap 4 times. And the claps represent heaven, fire, water, and earth. And we bring those elements into our being as we train. The claps come from Shinto. So some people clap twice. When I was growing up and learning from Saito Sensei, I clapped twice. And this is because there's a Shinto shrine there in Iwama and a Shinto priest to take care of it. And I believe that's why we were clapping twice. And then it's such a beautiful tradition to wake. We're clapping. We are waking the kami. So when I went to Shingu many, many years ago, I fell in love with the clapping 4 times because it wakes the kami. It brings our energy together as we clap. And it also brings in heaven, fire, water, and earth. Heaven, that element that we can feel but not always see, like our ki. Fire, our fiery spirit, the heat that rises in our body as we train, our ki. And water, that amazing element that is so powerful and yet so gentle. And the earth element, which we work on very often in Aikido with our hanmi, getting really stable and solid. So we'll bow twice to the shomen, and then we'll clap 4 times, and I'll turn and we'll bow to each other, and we'll get moving. Right? Onegaishimasu. Okay, everybody. So I know that many of you have small spaces that you're working in. I'm really fortunate I get to work in my dojo. Let's do just a little bit of stretching and warming up. Get your legs as wide as you can and feel your stable center, rotating around your center, sticking your belly button out and drawing it in. And we're only going to do very few stretches, so if you're training, make the most of these, both directions. Good. Now, just like you're taking ukemi, give yourself kotagaeshi on your left side and spiral down, and then let the stretch go into your neck and your back and the side of your body. So this is a stretch for our ukemi, stretching your side, really, really stretching. If you're able to, take that left elbow and pin your knee and extend that left side down into the earth, and then take the right side and extend it up to heaven, and even look up there, just like we will when we practice our irimi nage, extending. It's kind of like a sitting triangle pose for yoga, but it's a sitting version, extending your ki up through that right side kokyu. If it were the yoga pose, it'd be here through the fingertips, and we're doing kokyu. Really feel the spiral down through your left and up through your right, and then reach across and behind and stretch that left leg as much as you can. Remembering to breathe. And let's do the other side. If you can widen your legs a little bit. It's always nice to see if you've stretched out a bit, and then give yourself kotagaeshi on your right side, spiraling down, stretching the wrists, your neck, and your whole side. Get a really good stretch through your side. And let that right elbow go down into earth. So even if you're not able to reach your foot, that's okay. Just let that right elbow go down into earth and the left hand reach up into the sky. This would be like the yoga pose. And for Aikido, we're going to extend our kokyu. Use your mind to spiral up and down, up through the left and down through the right. And reach across and behind. And then stretch to the center one time. You can image your breath moving into the places that are feeling stiff, and it helps a lot. Helps me a lot. Good. One more time in circles around your stable center. Keep your posture if you're able to. Let's just do a little tiny bit of ukemi now. We're going to let your right knee tuck, roll back on your right side, change sides, forward on your left. Really move off to the sides. If you're on your carpet or a floor, or you can move off to the side, the better. You can do this on cement. Don't roll straight up your spine when you're on a hard surface. You know how, all the way around. Use your center to connect your back to the ground. That's what keeps it smooth, is the connection. The mat is your partner right now. So keep the connection to the mat. And then I know that, again, some of you have limited space, so just a little forward and back rolls, keeping the connection. I really encourage you to feel your hand blade, because today's class we're going to be at first focusing with bokken and feeling the blade. So use your own hand, your teikatana, as you roll forward and back. Connect the floor or the mat to your pinky up the outside of the arm and across your back, whether it's a forward roll or a back roll. And then work your way up into a standing position. All right. Come on up. Let's get our legs a little wider than our hips. And we're just going to shake out our hands, let the energy go out. 2 big deep breaths of earth and heaven, grabbing the earth with your mind, grabbing the sky with your mind. In the heavens, breathe in, hold your breath, and then let your breath out. Big, deep breath out. Feeling your hand blades. We're going to do a lot of work with our teikatana. Breathing in the breath of earth with your mind, breath of the sky and the heavens. One more. Take your arms in circles behind you. Now we're going to scoop up that ki from the earth and the sky and let it shoot out. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. Okay. Let's all get into a left hanmi and go into a few 2-steps together. Okay. Now, as we do our 2-step, I'll start again facing the showman in my left hanmi. I'd like you to raise your right hand up your center and then strike on the way down. So in other words, it'll look like this. I'm in left hanmi. My right hand comes up my center and then it strikes. Now my left hand up my center and strike. Most important thing is the connection between our hand and our center. Go at your own pace for a moment. I really encourage you to feel your hand as a live blade. The tip is up, striking with the blade. Good. Now, go ahead and get your bokken or your tanto or your wakizashi, whatever you have been able to bring with you. I know that some of you have low ceilings. So if you have a knife from your kitchen, a butter knife, just try to hold it as though it were a bokken. You don't have to have your hands apart as with bokken. So let's do 2 steps with our bokken together now. I'm in ken kamai, so I'm starting in a right hanmi now, and straight up and straight down. Really feel the connection between your hand and your center, and move the bokken straight up your center and straight down. Good. Now we're going to let the tip drop to the side that's forward. So if I'm in right hanmi, the tip is going to drop to the right. My hands come over my center and strike. Now I'm in left hanmi, tip goes to the left, I step forward with the back foot and go into my 2 steps. Really bring your hands over your center. Really bring them over your center. Take a look at what you're all up to, a few of you anyway. Tip goes to the side that's forward. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. So I had a bunch of questions in the last class, and I'm going to speak to them briefly, and then we're going to keep moving. As most of you may have noticed, there are different ways of using our sword. And some people have studied Iaido, Shinkendo, and in that case, the strike, it's a cut, right? And when we cut, we're cutting through the last third of the sharpness of the blade, right? When we're striking, we're really working on totally dropping and gelling with the center. Both are valid and wonderful and good. So don't get confused if you're used to one and I'm doing the other or the other way around, whatever is comfortable for you. Hopefully that explanation was somewhat helpful. So let's go together now. We're in our right hanmi. Let's do a few more 2 steps together. Tip goes to the right, 2 steps. Tip to the left. Tip to the right. Hands and center connected. Good. Okay. Now we're going to do a Tenkan blend with our bokken. Okay. I'm facing the showman. I'm going to bring my bokken straight up, step with my right foot, bring my left foot behind me. Then I'm going to change hanmi. So I'm not letting the tip drop yet. I'm bringing my bokken straight up. As soon as I lift my sword, my left foot steps and it faces my showman. So when we go into our Shihonage, this hinging from the hip is very important. Plants a seed for the next move. Change your right hanmi, step and around. Change hanmi, step and around. So Tenkan, this step that we're taking is very important. Plants a seed for where the hips are going to go next. Now let's do our Tenkan and let the tip drop. So I'm in right hanmi. The tip drops to the right and I go into my Tenkan and change hanmi. Tip drops to the left, Tenkan. Change hanmi. Tip to the right and change. Tip to the left. Hand and center together, feeling your hand blade. Okay, let's do one last blend. And this is the blend we're going to work with a lot today. So I'm going to face you first. Here I am in my right hanmi. I'll tuck up my hakama so you can see my feet a little better. So I'm in my right hanmi. As I lift my sword, my left foot steps to the left and my right foot comes down as I step back. I call this a backside step. I'm sure that all throughout the world it's called something a little different. And I just want you to practice that. You can cut, you can strike. Both are correct. You can strike, you can cut. Feel your hips and really feel your body and your strike together. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to imagine, so everybody come into your right hanmi. I'll face you a few times and then I'll face with you. Everybody come to right hanmi, or what would be ken kamai. Imagine that a partner is coming for yoko minuchi with their left hand. And as they come, as they're receptive and draw their sword back or their hand back, you go up, and as they strike, you come down and strike their center line. You're imagining somebody is coming yoko minuchi. And I'll do it with you a few times. Here I am in right hanmi. My partner's coming with their left hand for yoko minuchi, and I strike to their center. Now they're coming with their right hand for yoko minuchi, and I move off the line and strike to their center. Okay. So I'm very lucky. I have an uke here with me, and I'm going to show you how we're going to begin to study Shihonage and some of the direction that the sword cuts help us to become more clear about. Onegaishimasu. So, Lishi-san, onegaishimasu. So here I am in my right hanmi, and she's coming for Yoko Menuchi, and I'm going to move off the line and strike for her center. Now imagine if I were doing Shihonage, I would want to draw her through. So my blade is going to the left, and now I'm going to come, and she's going to come around over here so you can see her belly. I cut through, and I'm going to step for Omotewaza in front of her. Let the tip drop to the right shoulder, and now I'm striking to her rear. So I'm going to show you that one more time. She comes for Yoko Menuchi with her left hand. I cut through her center. I cut up her center, right in front of her body, and look where I ended up, right in back of her. Try it with me and Lishi-san for a moment. So everybody get your right hanmi. Your partner is going to come for Yoko Menuchi with their left hand. And I want you to feel them. If you had a partner, don't wait to move for them to start to move, but feel them. Cut right through their center. Take the blade and turn it to the left. Cut up their center. There's the Shihonage. It's lifting her arm. And if I were throwing her, I'd be stepping right in front of her. But my right foot is going to step and turn to the left so that when I pivot, oh, look, I'm right behind her. And that's the Omotewaza. Thank you so much. So let's try that together on both sides. Here we are in right hanmi. Our partner comes for Yoko Menuchi with their left hand. We cut through their center. The blade goes to the left. We cut up their center. Our right foot steps in front of them and turns to the left. Here's where we want our hand and center together. The tip of your blade goes to the right side, and they're right over your center, and step and strike. I'll get a little closer to the screen so you can see better. Left hanmi, they come for Yoko Menuchi. Cut through their center. Take the blade and cut it to the right. The left foot steps turning to the right. The tip of your blade goes to your left shoulder. Hands over your head and step and strike. And try a few of those at your own pace. Yoko Menuchi, Shihonage, Omotewaza. Okay, I see a few of you going in an opposite direction. So I want you to imagine now, everybody get in your right hanmi. Everybody get in your right hanmi. And your partner is going to strike you with their left hand. And their partner is going to strike you with their left hand. I'm going to strike Lishi. I want you to imagine that I'm striking you, okay? So you are in your left hanmi. You're in your left hanmi, and I'm going to come and strike you with my right hand, do your backside step, cut through my center. Draw your blade to the right to cut me into Shihonage. Now take your left foot and step to your right. Come all the way around and pivot, all the way to your partner's back, and there's your Shihonage. Omotewaza. Okay? Try a few of those. Imagine I'm striking you. You're in right hanmi. I cut good through my center. Blade to your left. Yeah! There it is. Come all the way around so you feel your partner's back. One more time. There it is. A few of you already fixed it. That's beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to take it into Urawaza. Okay? So I'm just going to demonstrate it with a person, and then we'll do it together. So I'm in my right hanmi, and she's going to strike with her left hand, and I cut through her center. My blade goes to the left. I'm going to come all the way around next to her, pivot. And this is what's important, that I've ended up cutting to her rear. I've ended up feeling her back and taking her center. That's the part we're really wanting to get clear about. I'll show it one more time. So she's striking with her left side. I cut right through her center. My blade goes to the left. And I'm going to do a two-step all the way around next to my partner. The tip dropped to my right shoulder, and I cut her back. Thank you so much. So we're now working on Shihonage, Yoko Menuchi, Shihonage, Urawaza. Let's do it together. Right hanmi. They come for a left side Yoko Menuchi. We cut through their body. The blade goes in the front, just like Omote. Do a two-step all the way around next to your partner, pivot, and strike. we're wanting to hinge at the hips. Partner comes for right side Yoko Minuchi, back side step, cut through their center. Your blade goes to the right. From here, it's just like omote, right? With omote, the left foot would step in front. Now the left foot's going to go behind. 2-step, we feel our partner's back and strike. I'll do it without talking. You can follow me if you'd like, or do it on your own. I'm in a right hanmi. Now I'm in a left hanmi. Important thing is to place your feet so that your hips can follow. Yoko Minuchi, Shihonage, Urawaza. Yeah. So just a quick note for some of you. When here I am in right hanmi, my partner comes for yokomen. I come out of their way. I cut. A lot of you are doing a really nice job of coming around, but then you're stopping your hips right here. So my partner's back is there. Let your 2-step go all the way around and then pivot, and your center will face your partner's rear. And that's what we're looking for. So now try at your own pace a few of the Yoko Minuchi Shihonage Omote Waza and a few Yoko Minuchi Shihonage Urawaza, and then we'll move on. If you need some help, you can watch me. I'm doing the omote one more time from right hanmi. Now I'm going to do the ura from left hanmi. I'm going to do the ura from right hanmi. My students always tell me I go too fast. So hopefully those of you who might just be learning this could follow. It looks good. Okay. So now we're going to put our bokens away. And the idea is to continue feeling the sharpness of your blade, the sharpness as though you were holding a sword in your hand. Now you're going to feel your own hand blade and the same angles that you could feel from the boken, with the boken. Okay? So let's get right hanmi. And our partner comes for Yoko Minuchi. We cut through their center. We extend them to the left. The right foot steps to the left. We pivot, step and throw. Left side, we cut through their center. Our blade goes to our right. We step in front of our partner with the left foot. Just as though you had a blade, let it cut to the left side, over your center, step and strike. Okay, so then Urawaza, left hanmi, they come Yoko Minuchi, cut through their center, let your blade go to the right. This that you did with your blade, you're doing with your hand now. Big 2-step pivot and strike. Right side, back side step, cut your blade to the left, like omote. Big 2-step all the way around next to your partner, hands and center together, and strike. So you may continue to practice those by yourself, but I'm just going to show each one time with a partner. What I'm trying to give all of us is this idea that the sharpness of our sword and the angle of our sword is going to be the same when we don't have a weapon in our hand. We still feel that. So Lisa's going to come in with her left hand, and I cut through her center, and there's my blade cutting through her, just like as though I had a sword. Step in front of her, pivot, and there's the throw. And then we'll do Urawaza. Cut, blade to the left, all the way around next to her, pivot, and there's her rear. Thank you so much. So Yoko Minuchi, Shihonage, Omote, and Urawaza. We're just taking a brief look at these. Okay. We're going to transition into Yoko Minuchi Irimi Nage now. And just quick, something to think about. When I was in Japan a number of years ago, I got to train at this beautiful tiny little dojo called the Kuwamori Dojo. And the main instructor there had been Mito Sensei, who's a very tiny little guy. And supposedly when you took balls from it, it felt like being thrown by a tornado. And he would say, feel, become one, make a path, don't throw. And we can really bring that into our practice now. So I'm going to demonstrate briefly with my wonderful uke here, the two Irimi Nages we're going to be studying, Yokomenuchi, Irimi Nage. But we're going to look at taking our partner's balance from the back third point and taking our partner's balance to the front third point, right? And as you know, all over the world, we all do our techniques very differently. I don't think any of them are right or wrong. They're studies. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the back third point and then the front third point. So my partner, again, is coming for Yokomenuchi, and I'm going to cut through her body with that yokomen, cut through her body without a blade, but I'm cutting and taking her arm out of the way and exposing her back. And I come behind her, and this is the part we really want to feel. I'm getting behind her. I'm spiraling down her back and up her front. And then I can come through for the throw. I'm going to do that 2 more times, that particular variation. So I cut her through, and I get all the way behind her, and I get her back, and I'm facing the same way she's facing. I'm spiraling my left hip down. Use your mind, spiral up with the right hand. So far behind, and you see such a big blend, secondary. She's already gone. If you've taken a look at O-Sensei movies, he doesn't have to throw at the end because he's inviting his partner in so big that they're already gone. There's no need to slam our partner to the mat because, as Mito Sensei says, we feel them. I feel Isi before she's attacked me. I'm with her. Feel, become one, make a path. There's the path. Made a big old path for her. She goes past me. Make that path, then it can go through. And we'll just demonstrate that one time without talking. All right. Thank you so much. And then we'll look at the front third point one together in a moment. So let's do it together. I'd like you to imagine now, you're all going to get in your right hanmi, and imagine I'm attacking you. So you're in your right hanmi, and I'm going to come for Yokomenuchi with my left hand. You're going to cut me through, right? So you would be cutting me through with your left hand. Cut me through, just like the Shihonage. Get behind me. Find my back third point. Spiral down my back and up my center. Bring your arm up and step through for the throw. Let's do the other side. I'm going to come in, you're in your left hanmi. I'm going to strike Yokomenuchi, and you're going to cut me through, exposing my back. Get behind me. Get behind me with your left foot. Feel your center with mine. Take my back third point down, up my center, and then step through for the throw. So now I'll do it with you. I'm facing my showman in left hanmi. My partner is coming with a right side Yokomenuchi. I cut them through with my right hand. I get behind them, spiral up with the right hand and down with the left hip, and through for the throw with the right foot. Right side, back side step, I cut my partner through, just like I had a sword. Get behind my partner. My belly is facing just behind their back. Spiral up with your left hand and step through with the left foot. So just try this at your own pace for a few moments. Yokomenuchi, Irimi Nage. And we're focusing on taking our partner's balance at first through the back third point. If you had a partner, feel them before they begin to attack. Well, Sensei called this inyoku, the power of attraction. Feel your partner before they've even begun to attack. Feel them before they touch you. Reach out to them. Cut them through. Feel, then become one with your partner. Make a big path for them with your hips. And the throw is secondary. Throw is unimportant. The throw happens more naturally when the blend is big. Looks really nice, everybody. Remember, you're doing a back side step and cutting your partner through, getting your body behind them. Yes. So, everybody, just take a quick look here, if you don't mind. What I'm seeing is really nice. The thing I would like you to put a little more emphasis on. So here I am in my left hanmi. My partner would be coming in with a right side yoko minuchi. I feel them. I reach to them. I cut through with my right hand, and their back is facing you. I want to get behind them. That's looking at me. So you have this opportunity now that you don't have a partner to feel that spiral with the right hand. You don't have someone up to attack you. You can look up there. Feel that spiral. Let your hip go. Invite them in. Become one. Make a path. Spiral up with that hand and then through. This way your partner is just down and you don't have to worry about the throw. She's already gone, right? Thank you so much. We're using this time of training without a partner to our advantage. And when you get back on the mat with partners, your hips are going to be moving more. So everybody try that, please. You can do it with me one time if you'd like. I'm going to be in my left hanmi. My partner comes for a right side yoko minuchi. I cut them through. Their back, they're facing me, so their back is at my shomen. I get my belly behind their back. Now your right hand is spiraling up. Your hips are spiraling down. Your left hip is going down. Partner's already gone. The throw is an afterthought. Just try a few more of those at your own pace. Really feeling that spiral moving up, really inviting your partner in, exaggerating it even, looking up. Look up the arm. Feel it. Use your mind to go as far as you can up. I've heard Irimi Nage is called the 50-year technique. And I got to say, I'm at 47 years and I don't understand it yet. It's one of those ones that I think you just study it forever. And this practice is almost like doing a kata. You can really pay attention to your own body, your own hands and center. Okay, very nice. So come on over, and if you need some water, take a quick break, get some water, and I'm going to read you one more O Sensei quote. Just get a little bit of water. You're going to hear me gulping down some water really quick. Get some water, rest for just a moment, take some breaths. I bet that was loud on there. Okay, so this is another O Sensei quote. I love all of them, so it's hard to choose. But he talks about heaven and earth a lot, and the hidden and the manifest. And I get the sense that one thing he might have meant is when he talks about the manifest or earth, I think he's could be talking about the study of the technique, something very earthy. We're studying about where do my hands and feet go? Where does my blade go? What's the angle? That's kind of specific stuff. The hidden is more the heaven element or perhaps the divine, the invisible. So here we are studying where our hands and feet go, the more earth or earthy element. but we're also looking at the spirals and the feeling and what is our mind doing. My mind is spiraling up and down. I use my mind to move my body. I want to move from my center, and I want to feel my mind going there too first. So he says, the path of peace is exceedingly vast, reflecting the grand design of the hidden and manifest world. A warrior is a living shrine of the divine, one who serves that grand purpose. I'll read it one more time. The path of peace is exceedingly vast, reflecting the grand design of the hidden and manifest world. A warrior is a living shrine of the divine, one who serves that grand purpose. Okay, so let's continue with our practice and focusing on heaven and earth and the hidden and the manifest. So we're going to continue with Urawaza now. We were studying this, moving to our partner's back third point, getting behind them and drawing down their back and up their front and through for the throw. And that one, if my partner's just standing and her back is to you, the feeling is that I was getting behind her here, really moving behind, and just gently, if I'm in the right spot, I take her balance back there, and I move down her spine. There's earth from the back and up her front, from the front, and my left hand is spiraling up. And you get down here so you can see it. Down and up, got way behind her, and then stepped for the throw. And when we went in motion, we'll just do Shihonage. Okay, that's fine. There it is, right behind her. I kind of jumped in there because I really want to get my belly behind her back. And I'll do more time. Like cut her through. I want to get my belly behind her back. Spiral down with the right, up with the left, and through. Okay. Now we're going to focus on getting behind her and helping her go forward. Okay? So she's going to strike Yokomenuchi again, and we cut her through. We expose her back. And now I'm going up her spine right here, and I'm going to take her front third point. So she goes forward, and I stay with her, and I stay behind her. As she comes up, it's just like the first one. I'm spiraling down her back and up her front and through. You might be more used to seeing this from Shihonage, so I'll demonstrate it once. She's going to come. It's kind of like if we were doing Ikkyo, and she came in with her left side strike, and I matched her there. So as she came up, I came in, take her balanced, down, up, and through. But I'll do that again on the other side. I'm so lucky I have such a beautiful uke. So we're going to do it from Yokomen. She strikes Yokomenuchi. We cut through, and rather than just coming behind and going here, we're going to come behind and take her front third point. Stay with her, spiral up and down and in. We'll go further back so you can see the hand. So if she comes to strike, I cut through, get behind her, take her down, let her up and through. Notice the throw isn't so important. If your knees don't go like this, we're going to do this together in a moment. If your knees don't do that, it's okay. You can just take your partner down, keep your own posture, drop that hand down as they come up, spiral down and up. Of course, you can throw, or you can leave this up and your partner can go through. A lot of people are like, wait a minute, that hand has to come down. So you can just drop it. Thank you so much. Okay, let's do it together. I'm going to start by facing you, okay? I'm in my left hanmi, and my partner's coming for a right side Yokomenuchi. I'm going to do a back side step, take my right hand and cut through their center. Remember our sword work? There it is. Use your hips. Cut through. This takes their arm out of your way and exposes their back. Come behind your partner. Now let that left hand just rest on their neck. And all you have to do is gently tip them to the front. They go to the front. You follow them around with that like a two-step, stepping back with the right foot. They want to come up because they're human. They want to walk around. You let them come up. And now you're back to the place we studied originally. Down their back with the left side, spiraling down, right hand up, and stepping through. Okay, let's do it again. You're in your right hanmi. Your partner comes for a left side yoko minuchi. Cut them through. Come behind them. Take their front third point. Spiral up with the left side and down with the right. And step through for the throw. Or as Mito Sensei would say, the not throw. Okay, so let's do it again. I'll face the shomen. Feeling your partner. Feeling them. Backside step, cut through with the right hand. Come behind your partner doing a two-step. Let them go down. Follow them up and through. On the right side, backside step, cut with the left hand. Come behind your partner. Encourage them to go forward. Spiral up and down and through. So now what you can do is spend some time, just maybe a minute or two, and practice both of these versions, okay? The one, you want to get behind your partner, spiral down and up and through. And the other one, you get behind them and it's like I'm just moving right up her back, tipping her to the front, staying behind her, and then I'm back to where I was originally. Down and up and through. Thank you. So try those for a few moments at your own pace. Yoko minuchi, irimi nage, taking your partner's front third point and back third point. Remember the angles you used with your sword. How your hands had to stay in front of your center when you had a sword in your hand. Didn't work to lift the sword out to the side. Feel, become one, make a big path. And then you don't have to focus on the throw. And everybody just give a little attention to your posture. Ooh, that looks nice. Jacqueline, I can see your dojo. I can see you. I can see all the people in your dojo. It's beautiful. That was lovely. Hello, Porter and Sarah. Thank you for joining me. So nice to see everybody. Beautiful. Hopefully you're a little bit sweaty. I'm trying to get everybody moving around because we all miss the mat so much. Hi, Larry. Beautiful. Thank you for joining us. Larry Sensei. Chuck Sensei. Hi, Sean Sensei. Beautiful. We're all connecting with each other. Jacqueline is all the way in Norway, and Chuck is all the way up in Portland, right? Jeremy and Molly are in Grass Valley. Some more European people. It's just beautiful. All right. So hopefully you had enough time to just sort of explore the back third point and the front third point with your irimi nage. And so what I'd like you to do now is just take a little bit of time and let yourself have a freestyle, but for not quite yet a Urawaza. Just focus on the Shihonage and the irimi nage. So it's going to be yoko minuchi, Shihonage, omote, and Urawaza. And yoko minuchi, irimi nage, going to the back third point and the front third point. Or rather, taking your partner's center, kazushi, taking your partner's center, so the Shihonage cutting through and through Omote, we step in front, we lift our sword. Whoops, I'm out of the screen a little bit, sorry. Not used to touching, I didn't touch you. He comes Yokumin, I cut through her center. There's the sword. So just when you're doing empty-handed, feel the sword. It cut right through her. For Omote, I step in front of my partner, and I was kind of exaggerating. This left foot turns to the right. It plants a seed so that when I pivot, look, I'm right behind her. I don't even have to throw. I'm just right at her rear. For the Urawaza, I cut through, use your sword, feel your sword, even though it's not in your hand, or if it's not in your hand. For the Urawaza, come this way just a little bit, let me see. I do a two-step, and here I've planted my feet just where I want them so that when I pivot, oh, look, there's her center. And I can come through. So you're gonna work on Yoko Minuchi Shihonage Omote Waza and Yoko Minuchi Shihonage Urawaza. And you're gonna work on Yoko Minuchi Irimi Nage going to the back third point and through. And Yoko Minuchi, feel your sword, Irimi Nage front third point, just like the back one and through. Let's do that one for you. So much fun.
It's at the dojo.
All right. Thank you so much. So a little Jiwaza with your Shihonage, Omote Urawaza, and your Irimi Nage front and back third point.
So I'm just watching
and enjoy
and recording for Sensei.
Your practice. Aikido has suddenly become giving us to work some slow form without our weapons. Wonderful practice. And if you have your sword in your hand and you want to practice with it, of course, go for it. Pura from Europe, beautiful, and Olga. Beautiful to see so many people. All right, beautiful. So let's end with one of my, well, they're all my favorite techniques, but lately I've been really studying Tenchinage a lot. So we're gonna do some Tenchinage together to end our class. But I just have to say again, it just seems to me that the Aikido world is doing a beautiful job of using this time, this very challenging time, to bring people together in our hearts. Because I can feel my friends, I can feel my colleagues from a distance, even though we can't touch each other. I can really feel you. And people have been joining my Zoom classes from Europe and all around America. And I'm just aware that we're doing this together at the same time. And I may not be able to touch you, but I can feel you. So perhaps O-Sensei would be really happy that we're using this challenging time to our advantage, and we're coming together as much as we possibly can and giving each other our support and our love. So let's do some Tenchinage together. I've talked about heaven and earth a bunch of times today, and we're going to do the throw called Heaven and Earth Throw. Okay, so let's all get together, and if you are in your left from me, I'm going to do the basic version first so you can Follow me if you haven't done much Tenchinage, and then I'm just going to let you go free with it. Okay? So we did a lot of backside step with our Shihonage and our Iriminage. We're going to end our Tenchinage with a backside step, but we're going to do the basic form by stepping in. Sort of a progression, a very basic form, and then a more fluid, more Kinonagare form. So left Hanmi, my partner is grabbing me Ryote Dori. My left hand would spiral down to earth. My right hand would go up to heaven. My left hand in this case is going to go clockwise, and it's going to be spiraling down into the earth. My right hand is going to spiral up to heaven counterclockwise. Use your mind and your body. Open your heart. So we have our hands together. We're being grabbed. Ryote Dori. We step in with the left foot. Big Irimi. My partner is facing my showman, so I want to help them. As Mito Sensei said, make a path. Spiral down with your left hand and up with your right. Look up. Everybody try looking up the right hand. Feel your kokyu spiraling up to the sky. And then step through for the throw. And as we've been discussing all class, the invitation in is so big that the throw doesn't have to be so important. So I'm in right Hanmi, and now my right hand spirals counterclockwise, my left hand clockwise, and I spiral down to earth with the right hand, up to heaven with the left. I want you all to exaggerate. Look up the left hand. You don't have a partner who's about to punch you, so you can examine this spiral moving up to the sky, this other spiral drawing down to the earth and through. Your kokyu by nature is the centrifugal spiral. It starts at your center and it moves out. It's such a beautiful thing that we do with kokyu. Let's all go here. Left Hanmi, in with the left, up with the right, and through. Now in right Hanmi, the right hand goes to earth, the left hand goes to heaven and through. Left Hanmi, and left side down, right side up and through. Now imagine you have a partner. Before they get to you, you feel them. You become one with them. You make a path, and the throw is secondary. Now we're going to open it up and do the same blend we did with our other techniques throughout class. I'm going to do what I call a backside step. I'll do it with you. So I'm facing my showman and left Hanmi. Now my left hand is going to go to heaven and my right hand goes to earth. I spiral up to the sky with the left hand, down to the earth with the right, and step through. We do a backside step. The right hand goes to heaven, the left hand goes to earth and through. And just play with that a little bit. Make it as big as you want. We've been doing solo practice, and this is the first time I've gotten to work with a partner without touching. It's quite wonderful. All right, beautiful. So this class, it's lovely. I've been such a nice amount of time. I'm allowed to go all the way into an hour and a half, but it's an hour now, and I'm guessing you guys are getting a little bit tired. We're going to do one more practice with our Tenchinage, and it's a progression. So you're going to start with that first one we did, and then you're going to open it up with a backside step, and then you're going to do 2 backside steps in a row. If this confuses you, just stay with the other 2. So the progression that we just practiced was that our partner came and we let them grab us, Kihon. The left side goes to earth, right side goes to heaven, and we step through. Then we took that into motion. Then we opened it up big. Now we're going to open it up. Bring your hands back together. Open it up again. So this is up to you. It didn't make sense. I just want you to play with the Shihonage and the 2 or 3 variations you're comfortable with. In the end, you can go in really quick. You can just do the first one and go, ah! And that can be fun too, even without a partner. So try the progression at your own pace. Remember to make your invitation big and your blend big. And then your partner or opponent is already taking the fall by the time it's time for you to throw. Really helps with the timing. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Hope I gave you enough time with that. So let's end with Kokidosa together. You're just going to come into Seiza.
Yes, of course.
Come up kind of close to your camera and we'll do it together. Okay. We're going to start with our hands facing each other so that they're neutral. You could consider this as receptive, this is positive, and this is neutral. If you are being grabbed, you're going to expand out into your partner's wrist. Key connection. Let your palms become receptive, completely receptive. And now we're going to spiral in and up. Good. And just take your right hand and extend your partner off to your right. I'm going to my left. I'm doing it so you guys can follow your right hand, and your left hand cuts their center. Come around, right knee and the left knee back. And what's beautiful about this is it ends just like Shihonage. You're in your right hanmi right there. Let's do the other side. This time, take a nice, big, deep breath. And as you do the technique, let your breath out. Remember that this kokyu is a spiral in and up. So feel it going in and up. Yeah. And for those of you who aren't following your partner over, let's do one more together. We'll stay seeing each other, expanding. Take a breath. Do one more together. Start with your palms neutral. Take a big, deep breath in. As you go into the Kokidosa, breathe out. Great. It's been a pleasure to train with all of you during this hour. Thank you so much for coming and participating. I hope some of what we did together gives you good food for thought. And remember, I really feel that O-Sensei would be quite happy. I think he wanted us to bring the world together through Aikido to galvanize people together, and we're doing that. It's a little start, but it's growing. Take a couple of nice, big, deep breaths. Find your posture. どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました、先生。
Thank you,
We thank you
Sensei.
very much, Sensei. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you for joining, everybody.
Sensei.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
It was a lot
Sensei.
of fun.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
I recognize voices here.
you.
Not easy.
Arigato,
Who do you
Sensei.
recognize, Molly-san?